A massive starship Galactic Concordia floated silently above Earth, shining like a silver fish in the black ocean of space. Inside the ship, hundreds of travelers from across the galaxy prepared to visit the newest member of the Galactic Union, planet Earth. One of those travelers was Vila, a proud ambassador from the Cathari species. The Cathari were crystal-like beings, tall and graceful. Their bodies looked like glass sculptures with soft lights moving under their skin. They didn't wear clothes. In their culture, appearance was nothing to hide. For them, truth and beauty were always visible. Vila walked calmly through the docking area. Her long arms moved like flowing water, and the small glowing marks on her skin showed her emotions, curious yellow and calm blue. She had never visited Earth before, but she had studied its history and behavior. Still, studying something and experiencing it were very different things. "Ambassador Vila," said the small robot guide floating beside her. "Please proceed to Earth's security checkpoint." She nodded politely. "Thank you. I am ready." The guide led her into a large hall with many signs in several alien languages, including English. The human language looked strange to her, full of sharp lines and round shapes, but she had practiced speaking it many times. Near the center of the hall stood a group of human security officers. They wore dark blue uniforms and stood tall and alert. Behind them was a large machine shaped like a metal arch, the security scanner. Every visitor had to walk through it before entering Earth's embassy platform. One of the officers, a man with short dark hair and tired eyes, noticed Vila as she approached. His name tag read Commander Ryan Carter. "That must be the Cathari ambassador," he whispered to his partner. His partner gave a small laugh. "She's different." "Be respectful," Ryan said. "They're peaceful, advanced, and important." Vila stopped in front of them and gave a respectful bow, touching her fingers together in the Cathari greeting. "I am Vila of the Cathari," she said in smooth, careful English. "I come in peace and honor." Ryan bowed slightly, a little awkward. "Welcome to Earth's embassy platform. I'm Commander Carter. We just need you to go through the scanner for safety." Vila looked at the machine, then stepped forward, without hesitation. The moment she walked under the scanner, red lights flashed and a loud alarm rang out. "Alert! Alert! Unknown material detected!" the machine's voice shouted. Vila froze. The glowing marks on her body turned confused purple. She looked at Ryan. "Is there a problem?" she asked calmly. Ryan checked the control panel. "It says it. Can't scan your armor?" Vila tilted her head. "Armor? I wear no armor. This is my body." Ryan blinked. "Wait, that's your body?" "Yes." He cleared his throat, clearly uncomfortable. "The scanner is designed to detect hidden weapons or threats, but if it can't see through your surface, we'll have to use a manual scan. I'm sorry, it's protocol." Vila looked puzzled. "What is manual scan?" "It means, well, we'd need to check under the layers. Normally, people remove extra clothing so we can scan underneath." Vila's eyes widened. "You ask me to remove parts of my body? No. No, not your body, it's just..." He sighed, rubbing his forehead. "Let me explain." A short, round human woman walked up. She wore a translator badge and smiled kindly. "Ambassador Vila, may I help?" "I'm Cultural Officer Lee. In human society, people wear clothes to cover their bodies. It is considered private." Vila blinked. "But why? Are they hiding something?" "No," Lee said gently. "It's more about feelings. People feel shy when others see too much, especially strangers." Vila paused. She looked at the officers around her. All of them wore thick clothing even though the room was warm. She looked down at herself, shining, open, and clear. She could see the soft blue glow of her heart crystal beneath her chest plate. She had never felt strange before. Now, with all the eyes on her, she did. The light inside her shifted to a soft pink, the Cathari sign of confusion and slight embarrassment. She turned to Ryan. "I did not mean to break your rules." "You didn't," he said quickly. "It's just, Cultural difference, let me offer a solution. He tapped a button on his wristband and spoke into it. Private scan chamber, prepare room 3. We need a non-invasive scan. A voice answered. Room 3 ready. Ryan turned to Vila. If you'd prefer, we can do the scan privately, with special equipment that doesn't require removal. No one will see anything. It's safe. Vila nodded slowly. Thank you. I accept. As she followed Ryan down a side hallway, she looked at the other travelers. None of them stared rudely, but she could feel the change in the air. She wasn't sure if it was in their minds or her own. In the private scan room, the machine was different, smaller, quieter, with a soft light. She stood inside as it hummed gently and scanned every part of her. Scan complete, said the voice. Ryan looked at the results. All clear. No threats detected. Vila stepped out. So I may continue? He smiled, relaxing a little. Yes. Welcome to Earth. As they walked back, Vila noticed a small mirror on the wall. She paused, looking at her reflection. The glowing marks on her body were a soft orange now. Curiosity mixed with thought. Commander Carter, she said softly, do you ever feel strange on other planets? All the time, he replied with a chuckle. Especially when their food moves on its own. She smiled, the first real smile she had shown. Perhaps your kind and mine are not so different after all, she said. He raised an eyebrow. Even though we wear clothes and you don't? I may consider a small covering, she said, then added, but only for your sake. He laughed, and for the first time since she arrived, the tension disappeared. The sun was rising over Earth's embassy platform, filling the large windows with soft light. Vila stood in a small room near the docking area. Today was her first full day on Earth, and she was ready to learn more about this strange new world. Commander, Ryan Carter arrived promptly. He had been assigned to assist the Cathari ambassador during her visit. Ryan was serious and careful, but also kind. He wanted to make sure Vila felt comfortable and safe. Good morning, Ambassador, Ryan said with a smile. Ready for today's schedule? Vila nodded. Yes, Commander Carter. I am eager to explore Earth customs and meet your people. Ryan glanced at the list on his datapad. First, we have a tour of the embassy's cultural center. Then you will meet Earth's representatives. Vila's eyes shone with excitement. I look forward to understanding your culture better. As they left the room, Vila's glowing skin shifted colors, showing her happy feelings. The cultural center was a large hall filled with paintings, sculptures, and objects from Earth's history. Humans had created art for thousands of years, using many styles and materials. Vila found it fascinating. She stopped in front of a painting showing a family gathered around a fire. The colors were warm and the faces full of joy. Your art shows deep feeling, she said softly. Ryan smiled. It does. Humans express emotions in many ways. Vila turned to him. Do humans often feel embarrassment? It is a concept my people do not fully understand. Ryan thought for a moment. Yes. Sometimes people feel embarrassed when others see things they want to keep private. It can be about how they look or what they do. Vila nodded slowly. Interesting. Later, Ryan led Vila to a small cafe on the embassy platform. The room smelled of fresh bread and warm spices. Vila had never tasted Earth food before. Try this, Ryan said, handing her a small piece of bread with cheese. It's called a sandwich. Vila took a careful bite. The taste was rich and new to her. She smiled. Delicious. As they ate, Ryan shared stories about Earth and its many cultures. Vila listened closely, fascinated by the differences and similarities. After lunch, Ryan and Vila walked toward the security checkpoint again. This time, Vila was more prepared. She understood the scanner better and was curious about Earth's rules. As she stepped under the metal arch once more, the machine hummed quietly. Then, suddenly, the alarms blared again. Alert! Alert! Unknown organic material detected, the voice said. Vila froze. her glowing marks shifting to bright red, the Cathari sign for surprise and alarm. Ryan rushed forward. "What now?" The control panel flashed. "The scanner cannot read the crystalline parts of the ambassador's body. Manual override required." Vila looked at Ryan with wide eyes. "I thought the private scan solved the problem." Ryan rubbed his neck. "Usually, yes, but this scanner is old and sensitive. We didn't expect it to react again." A group of security officers approached, looking serious. Ryan raised a hand to calm them. "Ambassador, to clear this scanner, the protocol requires a full manual scan," Ryan said slowly, trying to sound reassuring. Vila frowned. "Manual scan means what exactly?" Ryan looked uncomfortable. "It means you have to remove any clothing or covering so we can scan your body fully." Vila's glowing skin turned a deep pink, a rare color for her. "You want me to remove my body parts?" "No, not your body parts, only coverings, but—" "I know you don't wear clothes," Ryan admitted. Vila looked down at herself, her crystal body shining under the harsh lights. She was completely exposed, at least by human standards. She took a deep breath. "I do not understand why this is necessary. I have nothing to hide." Ryan looked her in the eyes. "It's not about hiding. It's about safety and rules. I promise it will be private, and only authorized officers will be present." Vila hesitated but nodded. "Very well." Ryan led her to a small private room near the scanner. The door closed behind them, softening the sounds of the busy hallway. Vila turned to Ryan. "This is awkward for me." He smiled gently. "I understand. For us, modesty is very important." She studied his face, honest and respectful. She felt a strange warmth, like trust. "Then let us begin," she said. Ryan activated the manual scanner, a new machine with soft lights and smooth surfaces. It looked less harsh than the first one. Vila stood still as the machine moved around her, scanning every crystal plate on her body. The glowing marks on her skin shifted colors from pink to blue and back again. Ryan watched the scanner results carefully. "All clear. No weapons, no threats." Vila let out a soft sigh. "I am relieved." Ryan nodded. "Thank you for your patience. You handled this very well." Vila smiled shyly. "It was strange, but your kindness made it easier." The door opened and the cultural officer Lee stepped inside with a tray of refreshments. "Ambassador, would you like some tea?" Lee asked kindly. Vila accepted gratefully. The warm drink helped calm her nerves. As they talked, Vila asked, "Commander Carter, why do humans place so much value on privacy and modesty?" Ryan thought carefully. "Because humans have many feelings. We want to protect ourselves and others from hurt or shame. Sometimes we wear clothes not just for protection but to show respect and care." Vila listened closely. "It is a complex idea. I will try to understand it better." Ryan smiled. "You're doing great. Most visitors take longer to adjust." Vila glanced at her reflection in a small mirror nearby. The soft pink blush still lingered on her skin. Ryan noticed and said softly, "You don't have to be embarrassed around me. I know this is new and hard." Vila looked at him and nodded. "Thank you, Commander. Your support means much." The two shared a quiet moment, each realizing their differences were smaller than they first thought. After a while, Ryan checked his datapad again. "The next event is a meeting with Earth's diplomats. They are eager to meet you." Vila stood, tall, her body glowing softly with calm and confidence. "Let us go then," she said. As they left the room, Vila thought about Earth's strange but fascinating customs. She was beginning to understand the deep feelings behind human actions, feelings she never had to experience before. For the first time, she felt a small blush, not just from surprise, but from the growing respect and friendship between her and the human beside her. The day was bright and full of promise. Vila walked through the wide halls of Earth's embassy, her crystal body reflecting the soft lights. Around her, humans moved quickly, speaking in many languages. It was a new world, full of unknown customs and ideas. Commander Ryan Carter stayed close by, guiding her through the busy corridors. Vila was curious about everything: the walls, the people, the sounds. To her, humans seemed both complex and fragile, yet she could sense something strong inside them, a spirit that made them special. Their next stop was the Cultural Exchange Hall. This was a place where Earth's many cultures showed their history and traditions. Vila's eyes grew wide as she saw statues, paintings, and even recordings of music and dance. Ryan smiled. "We are proud of our diversity. Earth is home to many peoples with many stories." Vila studied a painting showing people wearing different clothes, laughing and sharing food. "Clothing means much to humans, does it not?" Ryan nodded. "Yes. Clothes show who we are, our culture, our job, our feelings. Sometimes clothes protect us, sometimes they help us express ourselves." Vila paused. "In my culture, we do not cover ourselves. We believe the body is part of the truth. There is no need to hide." Ryan looked thoughtful. "That's very different, but it is not wrong. It just means we have different ways." Vila smiled. "Different, yes, but it makes learning from each other very interesting." They continued walking until they came to a small auditorium. Here, Earth diplomats gathered for an important meeting. Vila was to meet them and speak about her planet's hopes and concerns. Before entering, Ryan gave Vila a light jacket. It was simple, soft, and blue. "It's a gift," Ryan said. "Just in case you want it. You don't have to wear it all the time, but it may help." Vila accepted the jacket and wrapped it gently around her shoulders. It felt strange, but also comforting. Inside the auditorium, the room was full of humans, some sitting at long tables, others standing to welcome her. When Vila entered, all eyes turned toward her. Her glowing skin and shining form made her stand out. Some faces showed surprise, others showed respect. Vila took a deep breath and walked to the front. She spoke clearly and simply. "Friends of Earth, I am Vila of the Cathari. We come with respect and hope. Your world is new to the Galactic Union, but we see your strength and courage." The diplomats nodded, some whispering to each other. Vila continued, "We may be different in many ways, but we share one goal: peace and cooperation. I look forward to working together." After her speech, several diplomats asked questions. Vila answered with honesty and care. Her words were sincere and kind, and the humans appreciated her openness. Later, during a break, Vila met a young diplomat named Sarah. Sarah was curious and full of energy. "Ambassador Vila," Sarah said, "can I ask you something? Why do you not wear clothes like us?" Vila smiled gently. "In my culture, we see the body as a clear window to the soul. There is no need to hide. It shows who we are without words." Sarah looked surprised. "That's very brave. Sometimes I think humans hide too much." Vila laughed softly, "And sometimes humans feel embarrassed even when there is no reason." Sarah nodded. "Yes, embarrassment is a strong feeling here. It can teach us humility." Vila's glowing skin shifted colors in thought. "Embarrassment is new to me, but I see its power." Just then, a human assistant rushed in. "Ambassador Vila, there is a problem in the cafeteria. A food delivery robot is malfunctioning and causing a mess. Could you help?" Vila raised an eyebrow. "Help? What can I do?" Ryan stepped forward. "The robot uses alien technology. Maybe you can communicate with it." Vila smiled. "I will try." Together, Vila and Ryan went to the cafeteria. The room was filled with startled humans stepping back from the robot, which moved erratically, spilling food and drinks. Vila approached calmly. "Hello, robot. Can you understand me?" The robot beeped and paused. Vila concentrated, sending a low hum of energy, a language of light and sound used by her people. The robot's lights blinked faster and slowed down. It stopped moving. Vila smiled. "It seems your robot responds to calm energy. Try to stay still and wait for repair." Ryan looked amazed. "That was incredible. You spoke to a machine in a way no one else could." Vila shrugged gently. "It is part of my people's knowledge. We understand energy and light deeply." The humans began to relax. and the cleaning crew quickly fixed the robot. Later, Ryan and Vila sat outside near a small garden of earth, plants. Vila watched bees move among flowers, small creatures busy and important. Ryan asked, "What do you think of Earth so far?" Vila looked around, her glowing skin soft and warm. "It is full of life and feeling. I see strength in your people, not just physical but emotional. You carry shame and embarrassment but also courage and kindness." Ryan smiled. "That's a good way to put it. Humans are complicated." Vila laughed softly. "Perhaps we are more alike than we thought." Ryan looked at her carefully. "Do you think you will ever wear clothes like humans?" Vila considered this. "Maybe, for respect and friendship. But I will never hide who I am." Ryan nodded. "That's all anyone can ask." As the sun set behind the embassy, Vila felt a new sense of belonging. The day had been full of surprises, lessons, and small moments of friendship. Though she still felt shy at times, especially around the humans' strange customs, she was beginning to understand the beautiful complexity of their world. And somewhere, deep inside, she hoped that humans would one day understand her world too. The next morning dawned bright and clear over the embassy platform. Vila woke feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. Today was an important day. She was scheduled to meet Earth's leaders and discuss the future of their cooperation. She prepared herself carefully, her crystal skin shimmering softly as she moved. The jacket Ryan had given her lay folded neatly on a chair nearby. She wondered if she should wear it again. After yesterday, it felt less strange. Before leaving her quarters, she looked at herself in the mirror. Her glowing marks pulsed a soft lavender, the Cathari color for hope and anticipation. The door opened gently and Ryan stepped inside. He smiled warmly. "Good morning, Ambassador. Ready for the big day?" Vila nodded. "Yes, thank you for your support. I feel more comfortable because of your kindness." Ryan's smile widened. "I'm glad. Let's make today a good one." As they walked together through the halls, Vila noticed how alive the place was. Humans hurried past, some smiling, some busy with their work. The air smelled of fresh coffee and paper, a strange but comforting combination. They arrived at a large meeting room. Earth's leaders were waiting, diplomats, scientists, and representatives from many countries. They greeted Vila with respectful nods and warm smiles. Vila took her place at the center table. The room was bright, filled with soft chatter and the hum of anticipation. One of the leaders, a tall woman named Director Margot, spoke first. "Ambassador Vila, we are honored to welcome you. Your visit marks a new chapter in our relations. We look forward to learning from each other." Vila bowed slightly. "Thank you, Director Margot. I share your hopes." The discussions began. Topics range from technology exchange to cultural understanding and peacekeeping. Vila listened carefully, asking questions when needed, always respectful and curious. At one point, the conversation turned to Earth's social customs, how humans interacted, celebrated, and sometimes disagreed. Vila raised a question. "On Earth, how do people overcome feelings like embarrassment or shame? These seem strong emotions." Director Margot smiled thoughtfully. "Humans have many ways. We talk openly, share stories, and support each other. Sometimes humor helps. Other times, time and patience heal wounds." Vila nodded. "In Cathari culture, we do not hide our true selves. This makes us strong but sometimes makes understanding others harder." A young scientist named Daniel spoke up. "Your honesty is inspiring. Maybe humans could learn from that." Vila smiled. "And I can learn from your patience." The meeting lasted hours, but it felt like moments. Afterward, Ryan escorted Vila back to her quarters. On the way, she stopped in a small park filled with green grass and colorful flowers. She knelt beside a patch of earth blossoms, their petals soft and vibrant. Ryan watched quietly. "What are you thinking?" Vila looked up. "About growth. These flowers must grow slowly, but they become strong and beautiful. I feel that Earth and Cathari can grow like this together." Ryan smiled. "That's a beautiful thought." Vila's glowing skin shifted to a warm gold, the color of friendship. Just then, a small child ran past, laughing. She was human. With bright eyes and an open smile, Vila bent down and gently touched the child's hand. The child giggled and looked up at her, unafraid. Ryan smiled. Even the youngest understand. Vila stood, feeling hopeful. Yes, perhaps the future will be brighter than I imagined. Later that day, Vila faced a challenge she hadn't expected. A group of reporters arrived, eager to ask questions. Cameras flashed, voices buzzed, and the room felt suddenly tense. One reporter asked loudly, "Ambassador Vila, how do you feel about Earth's customs, especially about clothing and privacy?" Vila paused. The question was honest, but put her in the spotlight again. She took a deep breath and replied calmly, "Earth's customs are different from mine, but I respect them deeply. Understanding comes from openness and respect." Another reporter asked, "Were you embarrassed during the scanner incident?" Vila's glowing mark shifted to a soft pink, the color of modesty and bashfulness. She smiled gently. "Embarrassment is new to me. It is a feeling of vulnerability, but also of growth. I learned much from that experience." The reporters nodded, impressed by her honesty. After the press conference, Ryan found Vila sitting quietly in a small garden. She looked peaceful but thoughtful. He sat beside her. "You handled that well?" Vila nodded. "I realize now that feelings, even difficult ones, are part of what makes us connected." Ryan smiled. "Exactly. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's what makes us human." Vila laughed softly. "Maybe I will wear your jacket more often." Ryan laughed too. "I'll take that as a good sign." As evening fell, the stars appeared outside the embassy windows. Vila gazed at them, feeling a deep sense of hope. She thought about the day, the meetings, the laughter, the challenges. Earth was full of surprises, but also kindness. Her blush faded, replaced by a calm glow of friendship and trust. She knew the road ahead would have challenges, but also beautiful moments. Together, she and the humans would build bridges of understanding, one step at a time. The morning sun spilled its golden light across the embassy platform. Vila stood by the large window, watching ships come and go. Her visit to Earth was nearing its end, but her heart felt full of new hopes and friendships. Commander Ryan Carter entered quietly. "Good morning, Ambassador. Ready for today's final meeting?" Vila turned, her glowing skin a gentle blue, the Cathari sign for calm and gratitude. "Yes, Commander. This journey has changed me in many ways." Ryan smiled. "I think it has changed all of us." Today, Vila was to attend a special ceremony celebrating the new alliance between Earth and the Cathari homeworld. Leaders from many planets had come to witness the event. As she walked through the halls with Ryan, Vila felt a mixture of pride and nervousness. She had learned much about humans, their feelings, their customs, and their kindness. But she also knew there was still much to understand. At the ceremony hall, the room buzzed with excitement. Flags from many worlds hung proudly from the ceiling. Humans and aliens mingled, sharing smiles and greetings. Director Margot approached Vila with a warm smile. "Ambassador, your presence honors us all. Today marks a new chapter in our shared history." Vila bowed slightly. "Thank you, Director. It is a day I will remember." The ceremony began with speeches about peace, cooperation, and the future. Vila listened carefully, feeling the weight of the moment. When it was her turn to speak, she stepped forward with confidence. "Friends of Earth and the Galactic Union," she said. "Our worlds are different in many ways, but we share a common dream, a future where all beings live in harmony and respect. I promise to work with you to learn and to teach, so our alliance grows strong." Applause filled the hall. Vila's glowing skin shone brighter with happiness. After the ceremony, a celebration followed. Music played, food from many planets was shared, and laughter echoed through the halls. Ryan approached Vila with a small box. "I have something for you." Vila opened it carefully. Inside was a delicate pendant made of earth crystals shaped like a small flower. It is a symbol of friendship, Ryan explained. For you to remember Earth and your time here. Vila smiled, touched deeply. Thank you, Commander. I will treasure it always. As the evening wore on, Vila and Ryan found a quiet balcony overlooking the city lights. Vila looked up at the stars. Commander, I came here uncertain and shy, but your kindness helped me grow. Ryan looked at her warmly. And you taught us about courage and honesty. Vila's glowing mark shifted to a soft pink, a color of gratitude and warmth. You think we will meet again? She asked. Ryan smiled. I hope so. This is only the beginning. Vila nodded. Then I will return to my world, but carry Earth in my heart. The night was calm, filled with promise. Two very different beings, a crystal ambassador and a human commander, stood side by side, united by respect and friendship. As the stars twinkled above, Vila knew that despite differences in culture and body, the true connection was in understanding and kindness. Her blush was no longer of embarrassment, but of hope for a new beginning.